The world of Lucha Libre is getting a new twist in the new Disney series. It's called Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. It's premiering on Friday, June 3rd. We have two of the stars, Scarlett Estevez and JR Villareal. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Let's talk a little bit about, what are we going to see in the series?
I mean, there's so much in this series, so I'm just so excited for everybody to get to watch it. I mean, there's love in this show, there's action, but there's also a sense of comedy. So I'm very excited for everyone to see it.
JR, let's talk a little bit about the character of Black Scorpion. This is Ultraviolet's uncle. So let's talk a little bit about that dynamic, because sometimes, you're the teacher, but sometimes she knows just as much, if not more, during the show as well, too.
God. All the time, more like all the time that happens. She's definitely teaching more than she knows, that's for sure. I feel like Cruz and Black Scorpion are over here trying to do the dirty work, and teach her the responsibilities and what it takes. And she's really teaching him what it takes for him to be happy in real life, and that dynamic, I feel like, comes through the show through Violet and Cruz and Black Scorpion, but also Violet and Maya and Violet and her family, and kind of those helping relationships are definitely in full effect in the show,
Scott, let's talk a little bit about what you wanted to bring to this character, because obviously you have this dynamic with your uncle in this movie, but especially like the Daddy's Home movies. That's what I think about as well, too. Like you being the smart one with all these famous guys there. Talk a little bit about, what that dynamic you try to bring to these roles.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's something that's super important about my role is, that she's, a Latina superhero, but also a female Latina superhero. And I think that just plays such an important role in the show. Obviously, I also want to bring in that comedy aspect. I think our dynamic between the two characters is very back and forth. Cruz is very much so, he's like, has one way that he wants to do things. He's very old fashioned. And then my character is just completely not that. So I think that dynamic is super funny.
It's super fun. JR, let's talk a little bit about what the series means to you, especially, being in a Latin family, myself as well, too, is that we never had these kind of shows growing up, and to have young kids being able to see themselves on screen. Talk a little bit about what the series means to you.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, to touch again what Scar said, her being a young Latina superhero, me being a young, Latin superhero, coming from a Mexican-American family in real life and playing one on the show. I mean, that's almost kind of unheard of. You know what I mean? I mean, to get this opportunity to be represented, our families need to see themselves represented in this light. Our younger generations, we need to see ourselves represented this way. So to get to be a part of this show and to be a part of that, and kind of this new wave that's been, we've been working towards it for years and years and years, and now we're getting this flood of work and of positive imagery of ourselves to be represented as Mexican Americans, as Latinos, Latinas, Latinx community. I mean, everybody. I feel like this show is monumental because of that, and I just hope people love it and just feel so happy and proud watching it, proud of their culture.
Oh, exactly. No, we cannot wait to watch on Friday the 3rd. Scarlett, as far as who Ultraviolet can trust, let's talk a little bit about her friends and kind of keeping that secret identity of a true superhero.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a little bit of what she struggles with in the show. I mean, obviously, she hasn't really found her thing at school, so when she finds out that she's a superhero, she obviously wants to tell everybody. And then obviously, Cruz explains to her that, you can't do that, and that's going to put your whole family in danger. So she kind of realizes that she has to navigate a new way of how to incorporate herself in this while also, staying safe. But then obviously she has her best friend Maya, which she already told about the superhero thing. So that's really the only person that she can talk to about this besides, Cruz.
Cruz. One final thing I wanted to ask you about Christmas again. You were in the Chicagoland area filming that movie during lockdown. What was it like, to film that movie? Because that meant so much to so many people, and especially so many blended families could relate to such an important film. What does that movie mean to you?
Yeah, that movie was an awesome experience. I mean, one of the best things is we were filming in Chicago, which I'm from LA, so the weather was completely different. Actually, during Christmas time, so it was actually snowing and all that. So that was really cool. But obviously, Latinx culture is really important in that movie as well. So was a really special movie to be a part of.
It is, as well as the series Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion premieres Friday, June 3rd on the Disney Channel, and then Disney Plus on June 8th. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.